three that they had right at as the shot clock is going down. Key point. I mean, do players sort of hang their head when a moment like that happens?
I mean, it's human nature to. Whether you can recover from it is the key. So adversity hits. I mean, you're in a groove. You're on a roll. Things are going your way, and then a shot like that goes in. Sure, it's going to hit your confidence. So there's a couple of those down the stretch that just were kind of demoralizing, and it's hard to recover from them, with that late. I don't know when that happened, to be honest with you, but it was late in the game. So,
Coach, I know Jesse just kind of took some of the blame on himself with the defense, but in all seriousness here, you talk about Traore, he's 6'6", and so just what was he able to accomplish today? I mean, how much fits did he?
Jesse's not 100%, and when you're trying to stop a guy of that size, and you're allowed an arm bar, but your wrist is right there, right? And sure, he's still trying to protect that wrist, and there's still some pain there, and it's not uncommon, but it's still where we're at with it, and. The whole question is whether you send a double or not. More than anything, you try to get him to catch off the block and do your work early. He was getting really deep position, and Jesse was behind. And if he gets a couple bounces with his size and strength, he's going to get right underneath the rim. And so consequently, he did. Now the question is, do we double or not? And it's hard to double a team like that. And as well as they pass, they pass that thing right out there, and one more, and it's another 3-point shot. So it's an adjustment we probably need to take a look at as a coaching staff, whether we should have done it or not. And in this position, you second guess everything, and you question it, and you overanalyze it after the fact to figure out what you can do differently to, in terms of learning for the next game.
If you have to double on him, then that really
opens up the floor. I mean, right. Then you're 4-on-3 elsewhere, and the credit to BYU, they're excellent at reading the defense. They're excellent at making the extra pass. They had 19 assists, 8 turnovers. I mean, Hall was 12 assists by himself. So yeah, I mean they play really good team basketball, and when they're clicking, they're clicking. And you look at the Big 12 standings, and they're making right at their average tonight in terms of threes per game. They're right at their average of the way they score the ball. But to me, it's the 27 easy buckets they got that we can really control. They're going to make shots. They're going to make open shots. That's what they do.
Josh, you guys have kind of like sagged and packed it in lately on defense, but that's not the team to do that against, I'm guessing. How did you guys do things today, and what did you see as far as response?
So I think sometimes we were dropping when we should have been dropping, and it created a lot of opportunities where there's too much help, and the ball movement was as good as I've seen all year. So they took advantage, and they read the defense, like I said. So if you make a mistake, any ball screen coverage or don't catch a curl, I mean, there's so many things you can look at and analyze defensively where we made mistakes. And credit to them, like they said, they see a defensive miscue, they take advantage of it. And a lot of teams that you can recover, and BYU consequently, they made us pay for all of our defensive mistakes. I don't think it's a game plan thing that where our game plan we were in the wrong. I mean, certainly we can probably go back and look and say we could have done this or that, but it was more the miscues of the game plan we were trying to execute.
So it was something a little bit different that you guys were trying to do tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you like having a week off right now, or would you rather go out there and play some more and keep things, gelling?
Well, it's time for a week off. I mean, we need to get our legs under us and work on what we can work on, and especially going into a 2-game road trip, it'd be nice to be very fresh going into a 2-game road trip. That's 2 very challenging games at Texas and TCU. So to have your legs under you, and if you look back, I mean BYU, they had their week off, so I thought they played pretty fresh and pretty rejuvenated, and they looked it out there, regardless of having to fly across the country, probably a 4-hour flight. But so they look good, they look fresh, and that's part of battling in the hardest conference in the country is trying to get your legs under you and fight for your recovery.
Coach, a Cook, was he sick or hurt or?
That was a medical issue where they were uncomfortable with him going at this time, and so I can't get into the specifics, but it had nothing to do with him personally or my decision whatsoever. It was something that we just had to just move on.
Moving forward,
I don't anticipate him, missing another game at this point, but so.
Was it related to the previous thing?
I don't want to get into it. It's not my place.
Anything else?
Yeah, second half, watching minutes with Jesse, or just,
Yeah, I mean,
because I know you say, obviously he's not 100%.
Yeah. No, I mean, you could probably analyze it and say we probably could have got him in quicker at times, sure. But, yeah, we'll take a look at that. But he only got 23 minutes. So right there, I think we got a lot more out of him, honestly, than I thought we'd get out of him when we played Cincinnati. So we're at a point where we're still trying to manage that situation.
Josh, last two games, you've kind of seen good and bad versions of yourself, maybe more good than bad in some spots too. What have you learned that you can bottle up and, emphasize in the next couple of days and for the remainder of the season here?
Biggest thing for me, I guess I don't know if you're asking from a program standpoint or from me personally. From a program standpoint, I preach it all the time. We can't get too high, can't get too low. We got to find that baseline consistency and fight each and every day for that growth, as a team. So that's the name of the game at this point. Like every day, find a way to get better. And probably took a step back tonight in terms of executing our game plan to a T, and certainly, like I tell these guys all the time, a game of basketball is full of mistakes. There's mistakes everywhere, and the team that does the best job of minimizing those mistakes usually wins. And we didn't do a great job of minimizing our mistakes, and they took advantage of them. And when a team hits 13 threes and 39 points from the three-point line, it's hard to overcome.